Well, what actually happened was I was talking to one of the secretaries at the school one day, because we always talk about different municipal politics and all that, just because I'm interested in that type of stuff.
Right.
And the vice principal brought me in, and he was just explaining to me that the North Bay Police Service is working with a grant that they had been giving to try and work with the schools in the city to try and promote healthy relationships. Now, that by relationships I mean both friendships and relationships, not just boyfriend, girlfriend, not just your friends, because each one kind of derives from each other. If you have a bad home life, you have a bad friends. If you have bad friends, that might lead to bad relationships. So each one derives from each other. So we're just trying to eradicate unhealthy situations. So hopefully people can know how to get away from them and know different solutions to try and get rid of them when they're older.
And when you look at that, I mean, you know, somebody like yourself, you're out there, you're involved in your school community, and I'm sure your social life is very busy.
Yes.
How do you get to those people who are basically anonymous, who go under the radar, who, you know, show up to class, don't talk to anybody, don't associate, or barely, or have a real chip on their shoulder?
Yeah.
How do you plan to reach them?
I think the biggest thing that we've discussed so far is keeping everything anonymous. Now, an example of that is with our surveys. Everything with the survey is going to be anonymous. We have no intentions of singling out the people who are participating in the survey. We want people to feel comfortable, because usually, and for a lot of people, the people who are quiet and don't express themselves are usually the people who sometimes have things going on in their lives, and that's why they keep it all bundled up, because they don't want to express that. So we want to try and reach them. Right now, our main goal is by keeping everything anonymous. As we start to do more things and launch our campaign, we'll specifically try and target those people. But as of right now, it's just keeping everything anonymous and just trying to reach those people, because those are typically the people who do have stories behind them.
And certainly getting that story out, it's peer-to-peer. Is there a lot of chatter at this point, or are you kind of holding those cards close to your chest before you launch this?
Well, what do you mean so far?
I mean, at this point, I mean, you know, what are you saying to your friends, and how much is being talked about out in the larger circle?
Well, right now we just launched our Facebook page, and we're trying to bring awareness to that. When people ask me, for example, at school what I'm going to these meetings for, I'm very open. I believe that you shouldn't be keeping this in. I believe people should know about healthy relationships and how to try and eradicate unhealthy relationships, because the sooner the better. If you teach or educate the young people soon, that's great, so then they can try and get rid of that when they're older. So I think the sooner the better. I'm relatively open about it. There's a few things with regards to our launch date and our campaign that we're going to keep a little bit secretive, but hopefully if everything goes well this year, we can have this happen annually in a different group of students each year, and just try and promote it throughout the city, because that's just a great thing, and if you get kids early, they'll get rid of that when they're older, and it's just great.